This is the Oakwyn Podcast, featuring Morgan Browne and Michael Yu.
Okay, welcome to the Oakwyn Podcast. I'm your host, Morgan Browne, and I have a special Woo 2026
Edition
to this conversation. So welcome to our Woo 2026 live conversation with Arlene Chiang
Hi, everybody.
and Jenny Woo.
Thanks for having me.
Wow, welcome back. Today is a special episode. It is all about reflecting on our Women of Oakwyn 2026 10-year retreat. We just wrapped up this incredible 2-day, and I thought it would be fun to get the gals who made it happen for the day and just get some insight and talk a little bit about some takeaways. So first of all, for those who do not know what Woo is, Arlene, what is Woo about?
Well, Woo started 10 years ago
Mhm.
as an initiative to get the women of Oakwyn together in the same room to feel supported, to get empowered, and to connect with one another and find, celebration and community.
And now after obviously 10 years, how has it evolved?
Evolved to include partnering with various organizations throughout the years in giving back to our community. So working with Atira, Women's Health Foundation, 'Cause We Care, and really helping and supporting women in the community. And this year, for our special 10-year,
Woo!
we have partnered with UBC Sauder School of Business, and we'll be sponsoring 10 scholarships, which is amazing.
And I've been lucky enough to be on the committee for a few years now.
Yes.
Thank you so
Couldn't
much
have
for
done
having
without
me.
you, honestly.
And over the years, what I have really witnessed is the number of attendees like growing and growing
Mm.
and really supporting each other in the professional life and the personal life.
Yeah, and I think we're over the last 10 years, it's grown so rapidly. But I think it moved from kind of like a previous just event style Woo meetup to now like more of a movement. I think we acknowledge at Oakwyn that first of all, we have incredible leaders that are all female, and we want to kind of take away that ask for permission style of leadership, of permission of success, permission of ambition. And we now have moved it into this, like, I think, oh my God, I really believe that it was like an ecosystem. Like that day was so powerful, but let's dive into that. Okay. So what did we do for that day? So it was our
It was
2-day
so special.
retreat, May 27th
Mhm.
and 26th. It was 26th and 27th. Everyone on that's listening to this is probably thinking Morgan's 26th. And we decided to do something really special where we had 3 incredible speakers. But really, to be honest, there was like more like 5 incredible speakers.
Mhm.
We had some great sponsors that came on and told a little bit about their stories as well. What do you remember about leading up to that day, Arlene? What was how did we plan it out?
Well, I think what we did was to kind of reflect on the last 10 years and what was important for the women of Oakwyn moving forward into the 10th year. I think we thought about celebration a
Mhm.
lot. I think we thought about what um, people were looking for, or women were looking for right
Mhm.
now. And, we had to make some tough decisions on accessibility, on whether or not it was, we could service as many women as possible as
Mhm.
well. So there was a lot of tough decisions and brainstorming along the way. But I think Jenny, maybe you have more insight
Yeah, what
because
was the envision?
Jenny, you
What
were
did you
the
envision? What did you envision for this? Because let's talk about how you've put huge impact on, um, and your notes on the day with incredible speakers that you've met. So tell us a little bit about what you envisioned right off the bat with the committee.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for really trusting me to select the panel of speakers because that put in a lot of creativity at the beginning. I also read The Art of Gathering, which
Ah,
was a really great
yes,
book
yes.
to help understand, how do you set the tone and the vibe and the energy in the room before someone actually
Mm.
even arrives in the room. So last year I attended a feast conference, and the speakers were amazing. The tone of that of the themes that came together really weaved in with
Mm.
how women were as human beings. And I think over the years and just in our environment that we're always in masculine energy of the doing, of what's next, and living in fear of the next deal, losing the next deal, losing
Hmm.
the next client. So I really wanted to set the tone of ease and presence. And what really helped was the environment. So moving the retreat to Whistler.
Oh,
So that set a really great way for people to unplug from their phones.
I think Whistler was the best decision that we did.
It was magical.
It
We
was a
had
great
such a
decision.
great, like, first of all, it really separated people from their day-to-day business, like,
Mhm.
as you mentioned, but it kinda set this tone of, like, "I'm gonna restart for the year," even though it was in May. It's like, "I'm gonna restart my life.
Yes.
I'm gonna look at everything with a
Mhm.
really clear lens," right?
Mhm.
So, Whistler was our choice location this year. We didn't know, as Arlene said, we didn't know if this was gonna work because we didn't wanna really limit anyone from coming to this event. But we decided to go with Whistler because we thought that it would make a bigger impact. And I think it did.
The one thing is, yes, we acknowledge that not everybody could make
Mhm.
it because of the scheduling and because of their busy lives and financial commitment as
Mhm.
well. Um, I truly believe that if you're meant to be there, those are the people that were chosen to be in that room to be together,
Mhm.
right? And they chose to set aside their day-to-day work life and restart, reset,
Reset,
and radiate from within.
realign. It was a
Yes.
re.
I love the re re
The
re's.
re's of real estate. It's so good. It's so
And
good.
integrating the theme of the year, journey. I think it
Yes.
was really important that we had journey as just like the vision of
Mhm.
where we needed to understand the purpose of every woman that's in the business and what they're going through every day in their life.
Big props to all of our team at Oakwyn for putting it together too. I mean, we had an incredible um, planner, Karina, that we've been working with for many years at Oakwyn. That was really be able to execute everything. But again, to Amanda Lehman Choi, our director of brand at Oakwyn, and the whole team, Aisha, Serum, even our back to the marketing and our whole team as well internally. One of the best things that happened was the internal team was there.
Mhm.
How was that for you,
That
R?
was awesome. So again, we had an amazing time, and I think it was another big decision was to we have our internal team
Mhm.
come to attend Woo, but to actually have them come up to Whistler for two
Lift
days,
off.
lift off,
Yeah.
and really have that special magical bonding time. I mean, we've got internal team members that are from Kelowna, from
Mhm.
different cities, and they all finally actually got to meet. And it was amazing because I got to hear stories of I just found my
My
blood
Your
crew.
sister.
tribe.
No, I found my blood
Yeah.
sister,
Oh,
Yeah.
because they had to share
yes.
rooms and they were like really together and they were up to midnight chatting and
Shout
having
out.
an amazing time. And sometimes they had never met each other in person. And when they did, it was just like they had that connection right away. And it's so magical. And I think that's one part of Woo that was so magical. And to our Moo who supported The
Yeah, the
Office,
moo.
I was like,
We got
are they gonna break
pictures.
anything?
Yeah, Arlene's all like, "Are they gonna be okay?" I'm like, "They're gonna be fine. They're
I
gonna be
saw the
fine."
picture that they took, but none of them were working.
Yeah, they were like they said they were scootering in the
They're
office.
Oh my
That's what they
gosh.
said. I was
Oh
like they're
my
like, "Too bad
god.
we didn't take a picture." It really pissed Arlene off.
I know, right? I do, I really don't take for granted that I get to work with, like, 2 incredible women, and then on the other side of that, work with 500 plus women at Oakwyn, and to acknowledge that camaraderie that we've made and created, and it's just something, really special about our brokerage. It's something that
Mhm.
is, I always say this, I'm like, I never take this for granted that I get to work with my best friend, that I get to have another woman that's next to me. And I think sometimes we're going, 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 and we need people like to talk about what's happening in our lives, not just like on a professional level, but like personally. I'm thinking about this right now. I'm feeling this right now. And that's how women are. A lot of us are extremely big empaths. A lot of us have big feelings. That's what makes women so incredible. We wear our hearts on our shoulders. And I sometimes, this woo event that we put on every year and this movement that we've created, it's something that we cannot take for granted that we get to work with other women,
Hmm.
and that we feel safe. Like one of my team members came to me, she's like, I can't go in the sound bath because like I have cramps and I'm like gonna fall. I'm gonna like my cramps are gonna kill me and I just want to like I'm just too afraid to leave it. I'm like, totally great that you told me that. And it's such a funny thing to say. But as women, like we understand. Like I get it, but
Yeah.
I don't think she could ever say that to like her her male boss.
No.
You know
No.
what I mean?
Hmm.
So I don't know. I'm really, really thankful. Thankful for these
Yeah.
just being around other women in work in business.
Yeah. Those 2 days, like you can't rewrite that.
No.
I could not have asked for a better,
Oh,
2 days.
Hmm.
And I honestly did not know how it was gonna go, but I really was intentional on
mm,
wanting to make sure that the topics really resonated with everybody and and to also select the speakers who also embody it on a day-to-day basis too.
let's talk about that. So let's give a roundup for those that were not there. Who our speakers were. So let's start from the beginning, and then people can follow these people on Instagram or LinkedIn and see who these people are because they were magical.
So our
Shout
first
out.
speaker, yeah, Melanie Levenberg. She is a Whistler resident, but also the owner of Plank. And she helps all these, I guess, she
Hmm.
trains, I don't even know, like body
Movement.
movers
Yeah,
and
movement.
uh, people who teach kids and teach adults how to
Mm.
move in a like aerobics class in schools. So she actually opened up the floor to help us also move in our bodies. How did you feel, Arlene?
I loved
Yeah.
it. I thought it was such a great icebreaker. I think we get too nervous and scared. Like I think anybody going into a conference, a new space, like, sit into a room and you're kind of like, okay, I don't know what to expect today, and I'm gonna kind of like almost like cocoon in a
Mhm.
sense. And having Melanie there, she just got everybody up and open and blossomed and full of energy.
And people broke open.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like they were just
They
like,
colored
oh,
outside the lines
Yeah.
is the best way I could
yes.
And,
describe it.
it's interesting because it's like you kind of get uncomfortable, but comfortable at the same time,
Mhm.
right?
Mm.
And so I thought she was just a fantastic person to open up, the Woo,
Event.
event, yeah.
I think also just her saying there's no wrong way to do it. So
Mhm.
if, like she would get us into a position and then
Oh,
she's like, there's no like no one's gonna look like you.
no. I that's funny that you took that. I took the I am
Yeah.
awesome.
I am
I am awesome.
awesome.
So she would basically start us with this great and she's so fun because she's like, I'm not a dancer. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to get you guys out of your head
Mhm.
and to make you realize that you're bigger than what you feel right now. And I felt that was like so
Mhm.
powerful. And what was so cool is she got us moving around the room and people were high-fiving and people were dodging other people because they are too close so that they wanted to meet other new people, and they were breaking out of their shell, and it was a really, a great way to start the whole thing off, but at the end, she goes, "I want you to scream, 'I am awesome.'"
Awesome.
And I thought, like, I'm not gonna lie, I was into that part. I felt like
And the pictures prove it.
I know, the pictures prove it. Like, I feel like sometimes we don't give ourselves enough credit and just for being who we are individually without the accolades, without what like if you're a business owner, what we've created, the successes. Like we really don't just say, you know what? I'm awesome. Like, and I'm
Mhm.
an awesome human being. And Melanie just like broke us up. And the music, Arlene was into the music. She like the music, she knew all I looked at her across from the way she like was screaming all the music out. It was really
It was
just a
great.
really great time.
Yeah.
And Melanie, thank you for just giving us so much. So she actually was there in the beginning, but also broke it up in
Yes.
the afternoon. But just a powerhouse, right?
Yeah. Great talk. And behind the scenes, so
Mhm.
she provided a playlist and wanted me to select a song. I said, you do you. I trust you. I
Mm-mm.
know you're going to read the room, and I know you're going to be able to select the right song choice for the event.
And she did.
Yeah.
She did. She broke it up, and it was just like
I was
great.
sweating. I was like, I'm out of breath. I'm tired. like, I need to exercise.
My favorite thing was just seeing like all of the women of Oakwyn just with smiles.
Mhm.
I just was like seeing everyone smiles, and it was a really great way to set the tone. It was excellent.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
we even said, bring your dancing shoes, bring some relaxed
Oh,
clothes. Don't be in a suit.
Mhm.
You can if
Be
you want to,
comfortable.
but be super comfortable in your
yes.
own skin, in your own clothes.
These
No
activations
one's
too, like
judging.
everybody, we made sure that during the retreat or send out and the invitation that we give like some guidelines, as you said, kind of come in comfy clothes. But then even just walking into the room, there was all these women led, female founded companies in the entrance that really set the tone even before even walking in, right? It was like, we're here, we're
Mhm.
showing up. There was tons of different activations for people to jump in and out of. So it made the room even feel even more enriched, right? It was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Okay, so who was our second speaker that we had?
Well, we had Emily Shimwell.
Oh,
She is the
gosh.
original founder of Gray's Wildler,
Mm-hmm.
charcuterie business in Squamish.
Mm-hmm.
She's really well connected with the Chamber of Commerce in Squamish. But really, the last couple of years, I don't know if you've heard the Diane Wildler
Yes.
series.
Yes.
So she'll actually select locations and venues throughout the city and change it magically into a really like farm to table style connection, like ways to connect strangers together and have real conversations.
And people are really if you haven't checked it out, she has a tag at @9.wilder on Instagram. Take a look at what Jenny's talking about. It is she tries to create these like amazing rooms, but also to your point, she's not afraid of being who she is. And that's what she kind of what I took from her. So Emily spoke about
Her
her
journey.
journey.
Mhm,
That's it.
mhm.
Her journey. What
Her
did you guys her
storytelling was amazing.
storytelling?
Yeah. Her storytelling was like, you just got to go do it. You don't need to know what you're doing or be perfect at the execution, but it will find its way to you.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. She
What
was
did you get out of that?
supernatural, super I think from what I got from her was, you just have to be yourself. You have to be authentic. And yeah, just what was her lines? Like, throw spaghetti on the wall, and,
See what
See if
just
it
sticks.
and see if it
sticks.
Yeah.
sticks. And I think that's so true to, us starting in real estate or evolving in real estate and, how quickly things are changing and just try something and see if it sticks for you and not to get too into your head about it. That's I think the biggest takeaway I got from Emily was just this incredible passion to almost believe in yourself and it'll probably work.
Mhm.
And if it
Yeah.
doesn't, that's okay because you're going to learn something anyway. So it doesn't matter. So just give it a try. So, I think that's an amazing message.
I got a lot of the younger not to say younger generation because I'm 40 now, but I like the 23 to 30-year-old realtors that were in the room, they really got something from Emily.
Mhm.
And I think that the notes were um be brave.
Mhm.
That was the big thing. Be brave. Ask for what you want. Fake it until you make it, but don't even fake it, just do it, kind of thing, right? And I thought that was so cool because I had some of our internal staff said that to me after I kind of asked everyone, "Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite?" And Emily it was one of the champion wins for that team. Like it was just like, don't be afraid, just do it. And so if this girl from North London came all the way to British Columbia, Vancouver, British Columbia, and started 2 or 3 businesses just from her being passionate about it and then feeling like she just went on her own journey throughout, uh, you can do anything,
Mhm.
right?
And I think it really resonated with some of our registrants or attendees
Yeah.
only because she had no experience as well and
Mhm.
just didn't really think she was going to get the jobs that she was going
Mm,
to get. And by trying and by being brave and by being courageous,
mhm.
you just really it'll come to you. I think it'll just like naturally come what is right and feels right for you.
So true. So true.
Can we talk about the sponsors? You
Oh,
guys had TD and Bell Alliance.
Yes, amazing partners on this.
crazy amazing.
They really helped to make this happen. It's an endeavor to get these things off the ground, and without their support, I don't think we would have been able to make such a great choice in the venue and the location. And so, and both of them. So, TD had Poonam speaking, and with Bell Alliance, managing partner Lisa Nero, both put together such amazing speeches and stories of their own experiences of helping others and also just kind of growing up in their own industries. So
Mhm.
it was really interesting and wonderful to have them. So thank you very much for that.
What like they could sponsor anybody, all like, because they have lots of partners and connections.
Mhm.
Why do they choose Woo?
I think that they just found a huge alignment in what we were doing. So TD has their women and entrepreneurship
Initiative.
initiative as
Mhm.
well. So that aligned really well with what we were doing at Woo. And Bell Alliance, same message, is just the alignment in the values in what we stand for, in the professionalism in the industry. I think again, just a perfect match for what we're trying to do. And so yeah, I think we saw their support in spades, and we appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
I think TD always shows up. You know why TD shows up? Because they're community builders. And I think Oakwyn really aligns with that as well, right? So, but when we decided to choose or when TD decided to come to us and say, "Hey, we can sponsor this," we hit a lot of their pillars, their charity pillars as well, right? Women in that are leaders, right? They have a huge. It's probably one of the only bank institutions that have a women initiative whole team
Mm.
there in Toronto. So I've been lucky enough to meet the most of them, and they're just all for it, right? So that was the big thing. But Lisa has been with us for gosh, like a decade.
Oh, Lisa's been with us from the start. She was my like go-to, "What do I do?" No,
Get
and
out
sh
of jail.
yeah, get out of jail, and she's written, they with their help, written all of our templates and contracts, and, we see trends in the market, and so we look at our, clauses every year, and they work with us to put together things that work well for our buyers and sellers, and, yeah, so she's my gal.
And she even, being a partner in a law firm, for women, one of the only women partners in a law firm, that is a huge undertaking. And she got to really share a little bit of that and her journey um, through becoming partner. But knowing her personally, I think she just has such a strong belief in herself, but also her mission for other females being in that place, right? And at the table with a lot of
Mm.
people. So bravo, guys. We love you for sponsors, and we'll continue to praise you guys from afar because we know how much you guys have given us on our Woo day, our Woo retreat. Okay, let's move on. So let's talk a little bit about our second speaker that we had, our third speaker,
Mm-hmm.
Courtney Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
She was
Courtney
Courtney
Thomas.
Thomas.
Mhm.
Take that out, Brayden. Courtney Thomas. She is what, Jenny? Tell us a little bit about Courtney.
Well, you can catch her on CTV, on
Mhm.
Global. She helps really large organizations to really bring back to who you really are, the being versus the doing, the
Mhm.
feminine versus the masculine energy, and just sitting in healthy masculine so that you're just being like coming back to yourself when you're like always in the doing. If I know I'm talking in circles here, but
No,
but she really hit
she's a
like beliefs,
beliefs,
ego,
ego.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think she really broke it down to, really great takeaways and exercises for you to really define what it is that you want in your life. And
Mm.
I thought, like, this is my
Yeah,
takeaway
what's your
from
takeaway?
her was that one exercise of what do you actually want in your life? And then Morgan, like, looked at it later. She's like, that's not what you really want. You're lying to yourself. I'm like, oh my God, am I? Maybe I have to think about this
What was
more
the answer? What
I
was the
think it's very
response?
tough to do those
in the
In the
in the
moment.
moment.
In the
with
moment.
a whole, to be honest, with our people
Mm.
in that moment, right? Like you have to take it and take it away. Like I took what she gave me and I wrote it in a journal a week later, and I was able
Yeah,
to kind
and
of
I think
decipher through it
that's the way to like
to do
to
it.
do it is you can do it that day, but you're not really like
This is great feedback.
you're not
Yeah.
really in it. You're kind of like at the surface level and you're kind of trying to pick at the things. This is at least my
This
Or
experience.
what is the right answer?
Yeah, like
right?
this
to
is
write
the right
down.
answer. This is I want to spend time with my kids.
Mhm.
Morgan's like, do
Really?
you really?
I just had a conversation with Morgan before we sat down.
Yeah.
We're not going to repeat what she
Yeah.
said.
But basically, I was like,
she's like,
I told her this
love-
morning, I was like,
love work more than my kids.
yeah, I was like, I can't be a full-time
No.
player, like
It's
playing
hard.
all this stuff. It's really tough. It's really tough. And bravo to people. But I think, what is so cool about being a working mother is my kids get to see me go to work happy every day. Like I am happy going to work. I'm in the best
You're in
place.
your
I'm in
zone
my
of genius.
joy. And them seeing me do that is worth it way more. I think saying, "Oh, mom got to do a career that she loves."
Mhm.
It's pretty awesome.
So maybe a little reminder, go back to your workbook.
Go back to your work.
Go back to your workbook.
Courtney Thomas, she is the owner of the Bond Day Effect. For people that want to kind of find her, she's a speaker, a mindfulness coach, and she really creates community on online platforms. Courtney was able to really decipher to the team, like what are we really working towards? Like I think that's what I got from her is like, what are we working towards? I think a lot of people are just doing, as you said, Jenny, like doing. But like what are the beliefs that are getting you there or limiting you?
Right.
That limiting, like, I don't know about you guys, but I was like,
What story are you telling yourself?
yeah, what story are you telling yourself? And I think everybody should take a moment and it's again, that word is so overused, mindfulness, but it's like, are you really taking a minute and like being mindful?
Mhm,
Like,
mhm.
like, are you?
What kind of conversations did you hear around the table when there was
Good
those
question.
exercise after?
So she asked a question that I thought was so incredible. Um, so the belief system that she brought out for people is, am I limiting myself? Am I not thinking big enough? Right? And
Mhm.
meaning like big doesn't mean like I'm gonna run an empire. It just means like, am I not like giving myself enough room to grow that way, right? Because I think a lot of people ask a lot from you, right? They ask you to join these committees. They ask you to join specific clubs. But do I really want to you eh, be in that? You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, like, I mean, what I also took is who am I behind all these roles?
Like all
Like
these roles.
yeah, behind
Yeah.
all the doing and like the day-to-day, what am I actually able to enjoy myself
Mhm.
before I have to please somebody else?
Do you think that sometimes it's better to ask your friends to get you kind of in that space? Like,
I think it depends on the friend. If you can be like
ooh, honest?
super honest and
Yeah.
like they've known you for like since you're a child
Yeah.
and they can call you out without you being offended. But if they're like a work friend and you kind of just know them in the work environment, they may just want to say things so that they're going to say things that you want to hear.
Like a pleaser.
And it's like a safe zone, that's what you're comfortable with and that's
Ooh, that's interesting.
right. And so I like my girlfriend who's known me since I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
Like she knows me to the core. We actually don't even talk about work a lot,
Yeah, of course.
right? But she'll give me like she'll tell me stories about things and how she's feeling that she can't share with her husband.
Yeah.
Or she can't share with her work friends.
Of course. Of course. I think I have like young friends and then I have like adult friends. And sometimes my young friends don't see
Like friends that you had since you
you're
were
younger.
Okay.
And so you're like, you put yourself back into those positions where like they always will look at you a bit like that. I don't know. And like like almost like your kid, but you've advanced. Like they are not, you'd advance personally. And so sometimes having like the friend that you trust that's in your adult friend like space
Mhm.
that really sees something in you or
Mm.
whatever it may be is almost better for me because sometimes I revert back.
Mm.
I don't know.
Simon Sinek, I think one of his frameworks is like you should ask your friend why they're friends with you. And
Yeah.
then but then you keep on pressing them like, why? 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 And then
And
deep
it's them.
down, no, deep down, when they get to an answer, it helps you to find your purpose. Apparently. I don't know. I
Oh,
haven't
wait.
tried it. I haven't
Are you
tried it.
asking your
Friend,
friend?
why are you friends with me? I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I'm taking
I'll,
this
I'll give you
totally
an
offside.
example. No, I'll give
Oh,
you an example. So always have this conversation with my boyfriend. And so he'll ask,
Okay.
why are you with me? I said, okay, well, you cook and you like know how to do stuff around the house. Okay, that's surface answers. But why are you really with me? Well, okay, you have good values. You make me a better person. Okay, no, why are you really with me? Oh, well, you fulfill like triggers. Okay, now, triggers. So what am I triggered by? Because I never got um words of affirmation. I
Yes.
never got physical
Touch.
touch. I never got like the softness in my family, the softness of my parents. And he delivers that. And I'm like, oh, so you're fulfilling things that I was missing out on when I was a child.
Oh, wow.
gets deep.
I'm going to get into this. I like this.
You know who else was deep with the third speaker? The last speaker
Oh
was
my
super
God.
deep.
Talk
Yes.
about it.
Okay,
I'm
she
not
got
gonna
me.
tell. She got me too. I
I was
was
like,
like,
what?
Lord, Aaron.
I'm
Aaron
still
Anderson.
asking
Aaron
people now. I'm like,
Anderson.
what are your values?
No, I'm like, what makes you
pisses
upset?
What
makes you
pisses you
upset?
off?
Yeah. So okay,
okay,
go talk
sorry.
about. You go. You
No,
go.
no, you, Jenny.
Aaron.
go,
Okay,
Aaron.
first of all,
Okay, well, I loved our dinner after. I do have to say, because we started talking about our core values as well and why it was so important. Her story really sat well with me, and hopefully with a lot of the attendees, because she said to us, you are fighting for your life. You are hardcore believing that that is the right thing to do for you. And so you're fighting to, I guess, honor that in yourself.
right.
Right. And so her story about, what was it?
When she went up the mountain
She was a
with
guide.
with a
Yeah,
guide.
with a guide.
She was
Yeah.
a guide. And
No,
then
she wasn't the guide. She
she
was
was
on
the guide.
Was she? No, she wasn't the guide.
She was the guide.
She was the guide.
No, I didn't interpret that. All I kept on thinking is all these boys that she had
Exactly.
to
They
get,
weren't listening to her.
and so but anyways, I thought that she just like nailed it. I've
The
never seen so
question
many
she
people
asked-
cry.
Yeah, so the question she asked was like, what did she asked everybody, what really pisses you off?
Oh, yeah.
No, yeah. What
Oh,
makes you
yes.
angry?
And what makes you angry?
The word
Because-
is angry.
Yeah, because that when you tap into that, it will help you find your core values, and you'll like have 3 major core values.
Yeah. So you can't have more than 3. She said, right?
Mm-hmm.
God, she's so good.
So we've been
We've been
asking
doing this
that
to
question.
everybody.
You were like, what are your values?
We asked
What
Mike
makes you
that.
angry?
We asked the team. I asked the team
In the hot tub,
In the
we're
hot
like-
tub.
We're on our interior thing and we're sitting there. We're like, okay,
What
everybody,
makes you
what makes you
angry?
angry? We're like really trying to figure out what people's values are out of that conversation. So
But there's such truth to that, right? You think about it, because it's like it's the thing that burns you inside and you don't want that to happen.
Mhm.
So that creates this pillar for you
Mhm.
to live off of. And I don't think that's something you can take away from somebody. Like a
No.
value that there's a lot of things that you can take away from people. Behavior, habits, you can even self-belief. You can take all that away from somebody. But you can't take away values.
Mm-mm.
Values are one of those things that you're
hardwired in
you're
a way.
hardwired.
Someone stood up and
yeah, let's talk
shared
about
their
that.
story about
Yeah.
equality, and so how they were always fighting for someone else because they didn't have a voice. And if we go back to just even, what her background is, it's because maybe perhaps she wasn't treated right when she was young. And so
Mm.
equality became a very hardcore value for her
Mhm.
because of the experience that she had with
Wow.
herself.
We didn't go into that, but now I get it now. I get it. Well, let's play a game. What is the thing that makes you mad, Jenny?
Oh,
Just so people have a
Let's
little
see.
parallel so they can work it out in their mind. Because it's not just family. This is another thing she said. A lot of people put values on family, friends, like, that kind of thing, where it's what makes you angry. And then you're supposed to decipher what core value is that to you and why is it important?
So the first thing that comes into my mind would be being honest.
Oh,
Okay.
people that are liars.
So, and this comes from my dad had a smoke and gift shop in
Mhm.
California and Toronto. And it would piss me off because we're small business owners and we're like middle class family, but people would steal from the store. And so for me, it came down to being honest because you were taking away from our family.
Right.
And so the honesty like always has sat really negatively if someone was omitting if information and not being honest and like transparent
Right.
with their intention. So honest has always I've always lived like day in and day out. Like I need honesty from every single relationship.
Oh my God. What makes you angry, Arlene?
Pretty, even keel. Not a lot makes me angry.
What makes
I
her
know it's really
angry?
hard. You see, I need more time by myself.
I think
That's
she
what I
does.
need.
She
Honestly,
really
I
does.
really need
You
more
and a
time.
journal.
I need more time
You
with
do.
myself because I'm in that spot where I don't reflect very much. Like I always tell,
She's going.
I'm like, I'm like not, I quote unquote not emotional. Like I don't tap in. So
That
like,
comes from a personal problem that she has to deal with.
yeah, I don't know what it is. Morgan will tell me later.
I will.
But I think like that's also like that's who I am, and that's I think relatable to a lot of
Mhm.
other
People.
women when you're very busy or you're always doing things for other
filling.
people, or you're just like avoiding. Maybe I'm avoiding.
Yes.
She's always avoiding.
Maybe.
Well, what how do you feel when you give? What kind of feeling comes up?
Oh, I'm happy.
Yeah, that's the thing. Funny because if you were to ask me, like, tell me why I love Arlene, like that question prior, she's one of the most giving people I've ever met.
Oh,
Mhm.
thank
Like she
you.
really is. And she has without even like a second thought. It's like, you know?
Mhm.
And I can tell you all the things that piss you off.
But that's for me to
figure it out.
That's for
But
me
I
to
think
figure
when
out.
you're like, recently I realized what makes me really angry, like just because I've been mindful of this, is I hate when I don't like when people like make like assumptions of other people,
Mhm.
like just because of what it is. It's like, that's not who they are. Don't make this like crazy assumption because they're trying to tell themselves these like, ideas. And I think it's really comes down to even talking about childhood. People underestimated me a lot growing up. Like they really did. And to a point that it was like bullying. It was like a heavy bully. And I don't think it was fair to me. Like, I don't know why they did it, but they did it. And so now when I'm in like even mom groups or social groups and they're just making assumptions of other people, I try to get out of there. Or I try to stand up for that person because it just makes me so angry that they want to like put this label on these people.
Mhm.
So maybe that's a value of mine, which would
Yeah,
be equate to be,
clarity. Yeah.
which would be like a value of, I don't know if it's equality. It's just like
Fairness. You said
fairness.
fairness. Yeah.
Yeah, or just like not judging people kind of thing on like what they're, I don't know what it is. But that's a good exercise for everyone to do.
Mhm.
Erin Anderson, I think she's just an incredible speaker. You're with a good speaker when you don't even know the time and it goes by so fast and you're like, what
And it was
just
totally
happened?
off the cuff for her. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm glad we put her last because she assessed the room, assessed all the topics, and then she's like, Jenny, what do you think about this? I'm like, perfect. And
oh,
even her going out into the audience and asking them questions and getting the interaction that way, it was totally last minute decision that she made because there was there was a lot of course, interaction on the tables, but
yeah.
no one was speaking outward to the entire room.
It was
Mhm.
it
And
was
that was really
powerful.
important for her to actually have people to be like,
Yeah.
hey, like, what are you experiencing right now? And then she would ask the whole audience, so is anybody else feeling the same way? We're all raising our hand when, that's what brings a room together when
Definitely.
everybody's understanding each other.
Mhm.
She's a PhD in positive neuropsychology.
Mhm.
That's so cool. Anyways, and she's a mom. She's killer. She's killer bee. She was able to really round up the room. And then I just gotta say something. We had two incredible other speakers, Jenny Woon and Arlene Chiang. You guys did incredible speech. I cried. Like Arlene looked at me. She goes, "You were ugly crying in front of me." And I was like, "Yeah, I was fully like couldn't handle it. I really shouldn't have been in that room."
You were fully immersed because I would always be looking at you, and you're fully immersed with every speaker, with the moments in that room.
Oh,
You were
I
very present.
well, you know why that's why teachers used to put me in the front of the class. It wasn't because
Because
it
you're a
wasn't because I was a
nerd.
nerd. It was because I need to be like, or else I'm distracted. Like that's why,
Mm.
if I was at portfolio lunch the other day and I was sitting next to Heidi and Dominique. Oh my I was like, these girls were just gabbing. I was like, "Okay, guys, I am so overwhelmed with it." But I was so impressed. Arlene got to share a really beautiful story about her daughter, about what it is to the tenure meant to her, and how Woo aligned with her whole mission of Woo, but also just with what 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 impact you can make in such small little bits. And I love that. What was your last sentence was really like, you'd be surprised. What was the thing last sentence? It was like one of your last sentence was,
Like, oh, I don't know. Women, no, you're born
yes,
with strength.
you're born with strength.
Yeah,
I thought that was
something
such an
along those
incredible
lines, but much nicer.
And when I
Well,
got
there was
out
a lot of context.
There was
There's
a-
context, but
storytelling behind that. Yes.
essentially,
I was, like,
you're
crying.
you're
Yeah.
born with strength.
Yeah.
it was actually a really incredible story. And Jenny, what I took from your speech was actually just more about what you said. It's like I turned a specific age and I realized I'm a massive collector. It still sits with
Mm.
me. And I'm a collector of all of these accolades. And what is that doing? Maybe tell us a little bit about why you decided to talk about that.
I just came off of a retreat the week before that, and I know we talk about abundance a lot and we think it's like collecting things, but I actually went into this um crazy experience of knowing that I know this sounds like totally out there, but like I felt like I was Mother Earth. Like
Oh
I
my
felt
God.
like I was Earth and that we're souls, but we're just in physical form. Okay. And
This
you
is
can't
so
get
up
this,
my
you
alley,
cannot get
as
this
she
in a yoga
knows.
retreat. Okay.
No.
And so that led to me speaking about finding external things all the time uh, to identify who I am. And that's not really who I am. Like, if you strip that all away, like, I really want to be a knitter. Like, I really
yeah.
want to be a dancer. And those are the things that I felt was taken away from me when I was young because it didn't serve any purpose to the world, in society. Like, what am I going to do as a knitter, right? Like, but my grandmother was a knitter, and I just remember like watching her knit and giving me these offerings of toque and like slippers made out of
Ooh.
like yarn, and that was the essence of like love, not that I was proud of you and that you got an A+ or you got this job or you got this project. I felt the true like grandmother granddaughter love from that. And that's all we really are needing.
Yeah.
But I was really taking a lot of these external like certifications and awards and roles. And I just felt like I just still felt really empty inside of me. And during that retreat, I really felt whole. And I brought that, I just really
I need to go to
protected
this
that.
retreat,
I
honestly.
protected that and I brought that um, to my opening
Speech.
and it landed in that morning for me.
Yeah.
I rewrote it a couple times and it didn't feel right until that morning because I just didn't want to be performative. I really just wanted to speak from the heart
Yeah.
and be truthful. Like I've never revealed my age before and I revealed it in that room. And I just can't
Still
believe
shocked.
I've been a realtor for half of my life. This is insane.
How amazing is it though? Like, this is a real estate podcast. So how amazing is it for us to be in real estate though?
I think we're very lucky.
We're
Very
to
lucky.
so
have,
lucky.
been
Yes.
entering this industry when we did
At the time we
and
did,
to
yeah.
learn from such great people like
Mhm.
yourselves and to be led by great role models like
Mhm.
yourselves and we have all of those examples in that room that day.
Yeah, it's to your point of, if you don't see it, it's hard for you to believe that that's possible for you. So I think we all did that was an incredible roundup of the formal speakers that we had, and then we ended with something.
Oh
I
boy.
am still blown away at our incredible sound bath that we had. So picture this, everybody. We are in a room where now we've all gone through this incredible journey of self awareness, like just realigning ourselves. And then everyone's like, let's go to the room next door where it's dim in a very high heat. And there is a saint sitting on
On a
sitting on a
stage.
stage. And she is tell Jenny, because Jenny knows May. Tell us a little bit about May
So
as a person.
so she
Yeah.
actually is a sound healer. Also, I believe in practices Chinese medicine as
Yeah.
well. Um, it was actually introduced by Arlene and a couple of agents at the office,
Mhm.
but I have heard of her because she's worked in the industry in the past before she went into
Yes.
the wellness industry. May Globus,
Mm.
owner of Oto Healing. So she works between Vancouver and Los Angeles now. And in just a really spiritual community, just working with healers, and she's a coach. So she completed our sound bath at the very end of the day. And I felt like that was
Oh.
everybody
Oh.
like sank into their mats, into their masks. And
Shout out to the company who actually gave all of the
West
masks,
Coast
West Coast
Naturals. Yeah.
Naturals.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I met her at the retreat, Erin, and just a week ago. So
You put it together so quickly.
I told her, like, we have 115 ladies that need masks. Can you put this together? Because she donated her offering at the retreat was also masks. So I said this would be perfect to
I
provide.
used them the other night because my daughter, anyways, whatever. I put it on my eyes and it was fantastic.
Shut eyes.
Shut eyes. But May Globus, she also has a podcast actually called We
And
Are the
she's got the
Craft.
best voice, so you should really listen to it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like Arlene got a private session one time. I'm so jealous.
Well, that's how we met, was just through a few ladies at the office,
Joanna.
Johanna, Sarah, Jessica, Dina, and she was in town, and so Johanna put together a small sound bath for us, and it was after sales kickoff one year. And I
Oh.
almost like died. I was like, what? I was like on this adrenaline high, and then I sound bath, and then we went to a dinner, and I was like, oh my God, I have no idea what's happening in my body.
She didn't drink anything that day.
Yeah,
She was so high.
I was like, where am I right now? So she was so fantastic. I just appreciate her coming down and
Mhm.
doing it for the whole group, because yeah, she really tapped into a different type of energy. She read the room. She just looked
Mhm.
gorgeous with these big white bowls at the front, and people were sleeping and
Mm.
snoring and feeling like I felt like I was totally sunken into the floor. So it was really like, if anyone hasn't done a sound bath, it was just a really amazing experience and just a great way to close, because I think it was a nice send off.
Yeah, she was it was cool as she like is returning back to this industry because she knows real estate. She
Mhm.
knows how fast paced this industry is. She knew that it had to be like a restoration, restoring all of the women in the room. I feel like she really did that. She nailed it. And it was just an incredible and I wanna shout out just the Westin at the Whistler. I think Weston, you guys just really knocked it out of the park for us. It was just a perfect, place for 150 women at Women of Oakwyn to get together and to restore and realign, and, it just was really special.
And the
So
activation booths too.
oh, the activation was
Those
so
were really well
oh,
put together
I still have
by
mine on.
Karina and
Oh,
Amanda.
Yeah.
where did mine
So
go?
we had permanent jewelry. We had jewelry.
The Woo Charms.
Yeah, Woo Charms.
Yeah.
We had candles and gems. We had it was
Mm.
wonderful.
It was special.
I
What
would
do
love to hear feedback from
Ah.
the people who attended, and that way we can plan our 11th annual retreat, right? Should we do it like outside of Vancouver
Yes,
again?
I feel like that's a good question, guys. So, what we would like to see is if you have a moment and you're listening to this podcast, feel free to DM us or even put on that rate and review. Please rate us 5 out of 5 on the platform of choice. and and tell us what you would love to see for Women of Oakwyn 2027. It's going to be our 11th annual. Can't believe it. And again, to reiterate what Arlene said, this year we aligned ourselves with UBC, the Sauder School of Business, to give a Women of Oakwyn formal scholarships to 10 individuals that are going to be able to really believe in themselves, have a lot of self-belief, but also to get educated in the field that they want to get into in business. So I feel like that is going to be even more impactful next year. I know that every 150 people are coming next year because they had such an incredible time. But I'd like to know what you'd like to hear about, and if this retreat that we were talking about sounds good for future retreats. Is it a retreat?
Ooh.
Is it a retreat in 2027? Is it, are you looking to, what do you think our speakers should speak about? But I think there was a little bit of everything in 2026. I want to give a big shout out to our committee members. Our committee members who were really along the whole ride with us, that showed up with a lot of our silent auction gifts, also just self promotion, and those women that could not make it this year. I get it. It was a big ask and a big thank you to the ones that were able to make it.
Thank you so much. That you all made it the way it was. And you brought yourself, you let go of whatever was happening in your life, and you were present with the people that were in that room with you.
So special.
So special. And thank you, Morgan Browne.
Thank you, Morgan.
Thank you, guys. We are so happy to do this roundup. I'm pumped for 2027. It's going to be, I think, even better than the last one.
Yes.
Thank you for listening to the Oakwyn podcast. This is a special edition for our WOO 2026 roundup, our 10-year. If you would like to give us a rate or review, please do that on your platform of choice. And if you'd like to talk to one of our leaders, please reach out and we will make sure that you get one piece of mystery swag. Thanks so much for listening, guys. Thank you.